So guys, looks like we're gonna have another one of these videos this week. Not a lot going on again with the second winter storm approaching. Just got some stuff done around the farm, and now we're about to work on the old Duramax. Unfortunately, no Subaru stuff today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about future of the channel, things going on, and a little bit about where things are trying to go, hopefully in the near future. Just a lot of stumbling blocks in the way. So first off, just got home a little bit ago to my Bobcat E60, brand new, headed back to the dealership with a factory fault. So hopefully they get that knocked out and fixed and back to me pretty soon, because it's been aggravating to say the least for the last month since I picked it up. And also, careful with brake parts cleaner, especially bulk. When you spill it on your hands in the winter, that's what you get. Super, super dry skin, as you see on those two fingers right there. So what we've done today so far is I went to town, dumped the trash, and filled up the propane tanks for the coming winter storm once again, because last week's was basically a dud for us. I think we got a 1/4 of an inch of ice, slush, snow, grand total of everything. So nothing. But it shut us down for 4 to 5 days because Southerners just don't know how to deal, apparently, even though we have Subarus and we got out and about, even though everything was closed because no one else could. So what we're doing now, we're back going to be working on the old Duramax today. It is time for an oil change. Yes, we're doing another oil change. Nothing crazy or exciting today, but as I said, while we go through this oil change, we'll talk about stuff coming up and where things hopefully will be going very, very soon for the channel. So let's go ahead and get under the OL5P and get started on this oil change and get some fresh Rotella inside of it. Now, there's nothing like getting underneath of a muddy and salty truck with fresh, clean clothes under it to probably make my wife very angry. But we're going to get into this oil change, and like I said, we're going to talk about some stuff along the way regarding the channel. So one main thing I want to talk about off the top here is point of frustration with me. As I said in the last video, we have been dealing with our bank for, geez, we're coming up on 6 months now, since September, trying to get a mortgage going to build the new shop. And once the new shop is built, hopefully this year, hopefully by summer at the latest, we're gonna have tons of repair videos. We're gonna go into engines, full engine rebuilds on F-Series engines. We're gonna go into CVTs. We're gonna go more in-depth with this stuff than we have ever before, because we'll finally be in a shop environment once again for the first time in like 6 years, and we can really get more in depth with this stuff and get better repair videos, better diagnostic videos, and all that coming very, very soon. Like I said, hopefully within the next less than 6 month window. That's if everything goes to plan, which so far it seems nothing has gone to plan, and it's been very, very aggravating to say the least. With that, my gorgeous wife has come up with a brilliant idea for a new video to start circulating throughout the week. Normally during the week, I get quite a few emails from you viewers, questions about your cars, etc. And I don't have time to answer them every day. So normally 1 or 2 times a week, I sit down and go through 20, 25 emails and answer them. And we were talking yesterday while I was doing that, and my wife's like, well, why don't you just film this? Film going through these emails and answering them as you go through. And I'm like, well, that's a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of that? When I'm answering the emails, I'm only answering the one person that asked. But if I make it a video and share it to you guys, some of you might have the exact same questions that I get emailed, and I can help a lot more of you at one time than just answering the individual emails. So I'm going to try to film one of those tonight or tomorrow, and that might be our Sunday video, or I might start sprinkling it in throughout the week around Wednesday, Thursday. So be on the lookout for that to be newly interjected in the rotation of videos very, very soon. All right, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get started on this oil change and get this oil draining before it gets cold, because it is quite chilly out here, although I've done quite a bit of driving today, running airing. And my old OTC Drain plug pro is not wanting to cooperate with us. And we'll let that drain on out and get up here on the oil filter. Apparently I was feeling a little bougie. Last oil change I got a Purolator Boss. So the AC Delco I normally run on these. Good job, GM. Gotta love it. Don't have that issue with a Subaru. Can say that. And we'll go ahead and tighten up the AC Delco filter. And get ready to put 2.5 gallons of oil in this beast. Now comes the part that's always super fun. Putting 2.5 gallons of engine oil into this 6.6 Duramax. Luckily, this isn't the first 2.5. This is the second 2.5. So a lot easier to manage. Still a pain. But it's a lot cheaper to buy it in the 5-gallon buckets. Also, the good thing about these 5-gallon buckets is you got extra empty 5-gallon bucket, which you always need on a farm. Of course, we're not using this for anything other than waste oil or any kind of fuels. So don't be thinking I'm hauling feed in this. All right, guys, we got the oil change all done. Everything is set on the old Duramax for now. As I said, these are great for waste oil, taking them off to the dump. So put the cap on that, clean up our oil funnel. Haven't done a lot of videos outside of Subaru in a long time. Years and years ago, I did videos on my old Duramax, hubs, and I believe we did brakes and injectors and a bunch of other stuff. And those videos were really popular because a lot of you have Chevrolet trucks, GM trucks, etc. But not sure how much interest you guys viewing now would have in maybe something like this. I got this fast diesel fuel system drop-in filter back at PRI in 2024, and just now 5,000 miles on the truck for an oil change and a fuel filter change, and I'm ready to put this thing in. Not gonna do it today. It's too late in the day. It's too cold and I don't feel like it, but maybe I'll film a video on installing this if you guys are interested in that. This takes the factory cartridge style filter, which I have right here, out of the equation, puts this aluminum block in, puts a spin on fuel filter here, and also uses your factory cartridge filter, so you have double filtration in the same amount of place on the Duramax. Again, I know this is a Subaru channel, but I did do a lot of Duramax videos in the past, so not sure how many of you guys are still interested. I also have an airlift kit for this truck. My old Duramax dually had an airlift kit on it, and I love that, as well as a B&W hitch. This one came with a Kurt hitch with the pins. I hate this system. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You got all this crap in your bed for one. B&W, you just got the ball sticking up and you can flip it over upside down and have a flush bed. It's just a better system in my opinion. And then with the airlift system, you get airbags here that help with squat in the back of the truck when towing, which I tow a lot. And when I'm towing skid steers, excavator, bigger stuff on a gooseneck. So it's really needed. And the last year plus that I've had this truck, almost 2 years now, I think it was March of 24 I bought this truck, and we're almost to March 26th. I bought that kit the week after I bought this truck, and it's still sitting in the building in the box. Have not installed it. Really need to put that on there. Could do a video on that perhaps. One other big point of frustration this week, specifically yesterday, was this Bobcat right here. I think I mentioned it in the last vlog style video, but I've been talking on Marketplace, and I despise Marketplace. This you know, puts the cherry on top of my hate for Marketplace. Had this machine for sale for about 3 months now. Had a guy lined up. We have been talking for a month, since the beginning of January, back and forth, talking about buying this. He told me about closing on a property and selling a property. He's going to buy this for his new property and clean it up and all this stuff and screenshots and back and forth and everything up until Wednesday night. Wednesday night I gave my address. Said, I'll see you in the morning. He told me, hey, I got a doctor's appointment at 8 in the morning. After I get out, I'll call you, come down, look the machine over, we'll go get the check, and I'll send my brother down here with his truck and trailer to take it out of here. Cleared my entire Thursday. Do I hear from him? No. Not one single message on Facebook, Messenger through Marketplace. Doesn't respond to my text because we exchanged cell phone numbers. Nothing. 30 days dealing with this guy. Poof. Nothing. It's 2026. No one can give me the excuse of, oh, maybe something came up, something happened. We've been doing this deal back and forth for 30 days. It takes 2 seconds to send a text message and tell someone, hey, plan changed. Or, send a message. Heard nothing from him yesterday. Here it is, 3:40, almost 4 o'clock on Friday. Nothing. Radio silence. Hasn't even opened the messages. Still on sent. Just really irks me because I was hoping that would be gone yesterday and free up a ton of cash towards this mortgage, towards the shop, towards the future of the YouTube channel and everything going on. But there it sits, unsold. Really, really frustrating. If any of you guys are interested in it, email me, MrSubaru1387@gmail.com. We'll talk. I'm ready to get it gone, ready to make a deal, ready to see it disappear. Upgraded to the 86, don't need the 770. I really don't mean to make this a big rant video, but I just don't understand how some people have that kind of time on their hands to screw around with someone for over a month and just leave them high and dry on a deal. Like I said, he sent me screenshots of banking information, of course, like taking his personal info out, but like talking about his closing dates, all the stuff, and then just nothing, radio silence. I don't understand people like that. I truly, truly can't understand people like that. It's just super wild to me. So guys, I know we talk a ton about Top Don. We talked about the Top Don 1 in the last vlog video, but just talked Autel this week and got hooked up with them. Apparently they're going to send me out the new S2 version of the Autel Ultra. This is the original Autel Ultra here. I can't remember if he did a full review video on this in the past or not, or just using a couple repair videos, but I'm still back and forth between Autel and Top Don. Guys, I try everything else. I got the Zenith Z7 back here, the Top Don Phoenix Max, tons of other Top Don scanners. Got another Autel scanner, got a lot of AutoFix stuff we did videos on, the gear wrench scan tools, my Snap-on scan tools, a lot of different diagnostic stuff, just because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a silver bullet, one tool that can do everything perfectly on every make model. You do need multiples if you're doing this professionally and working on a whole host of vehicles. So we got the S2 Ultra on the way. I believe we've got a TPMS unit on the way, and I believe a 906, 808. I'm not very familiar with Autel numbers, but we have those. We're going to start using them, do review videos on them, initial reviews, and long-term testing, cycle them through my rotation of diagnostic tools I use throughout the week, the day, whenever I'm working on stuff. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to talk about before we end out the video is the lack of Subaru repair content. So haven't done repair videos. I know a lot of you have been leaving comments about that, about the talking point videos, talking head videos, and no repair videos. I haven't had any repairs I need to do on my personal Subarus, and the 2026 is brand new under warranty, so no repairs needed there. Now, as far as customer cars, most of you that have emailed me in the area know I am turning away work right now. One, because it's so frigidly cold, and two, because I don't have the shop, and I don't just want random people, no offense, showing up to my home to get their car worked on, because you never know what you're gonna get. Now, once the shop is up and going, I will be taking on online customers. You guys, if you're in the area and you wanna come by and get your Subaru serviced or repaired by me, that's perfectly fine. But for right now, I'm not taking on anybody just because still working from home, and especially with it being so freaking cold here in the Carolinas. Now, that's not to say that repair videos are completely gone. They're not. I'll definitely figure out something with that. We'll pull some of the junk Subarus out of the junkyard and do some mock repairs. We'll talk about stuff. I do have some stuff lined up on the auto start stop eliminator for the 2026 Outback very soon. I have some stuff lined up for catalytic converters. A lot of you have asked about a cheaper or more affordable replacement for Subaru Cats. We know they fell quite a bit, PO 420, mainly due to oil and coolant contamination of the catalytic converter. And you don't want to spend nearly $3,000 for a Subaru Genuine One. There is aftermarket, much more affordable options that are good, just as good as the OE factory Subaru one, without having check engine lights or issues like a lot of the cheap aftermarket ones you'll find on Amazon, eBay, etc., or even at the parts houses. A lot of those are not built to the exact spec and will throw another PO 420 for catalyst efficiency after replacement just because it's not up to snuff. It doesn't have enough of the catalyst material in it. So we're gonna do some videos on that. I got some cutaways of some cats coming from this company, and we're gonna show that stuff off. So there is more stuff coming that is true to you Subaru owners that are worried about DIY repairs, maintenance. That stuff's not going away. Once the shop's in place, it will only skyrocket. But we just got to get to that point to get the shop built, and it's just been a heck of a lot longer and more frustrating endeavor than I ever thought it would be. I figured I would be able to get this done months ago. I figured that we'd be moving into the shop by now. I started this whole journey in September, and here we are almost February, so it's a lot. And plus taking care of the farm, get everything up and going, recently getting married. A lot of stuff's going on behind the scenes in my personal life, much less here on YouTube. So hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully you'll be patient. You know, always commenting, engaging, liking, subscribing if you're not subscribing. All that stuff really does help me out in more ways than one, and helps us get to that next level with the shop and the more in-depth videos, more in-depth information, and just a you know, free thing you can do. It doesn't cost you anything to hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to like a video. It doesn't cost you anything to leave a comment. It just helps boost me up, helps me get to where we're going, and helps me make more videos and get more information to you guys in the future. I think we're gonna pack it up now. It is 4 in the afternoon. The storm is supposed to come in the next couple hours, although I don't see it. Although it does look like we have some snow clouds coming in, but we'll see what it does this weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future Subaru tool content, and now these vlogs and Q&As and live streams and all the other stuff we got going on. I'll see you guys in the next one.